Right, Simon. So bar chords then. So we were talking about how we had basically four different barable shapes, right? So that's E and A, both major and minor, right? So they're kind of the most practical ones to get started off. They're not the only ones that you can bar, but there's certain ones that are much more difficult. Like the way I was saying with the caged system I was talking about. One of the problems I have with it is that it's talking about barring the G chord, which is, as you can see, it's doable. But again, as I was saying, why would you do that when you can just do that? Much easier, and it sounds about the same. So we started off with A minor, right? So we're taking A minor, switch it around the usual way, take it up, and let's say, yeah, last time it was B minor, wasn't it? So we took it up 2 frets. Now, so with the sixth string, right? Generally, you don't want to play A minor like this, adding that in there, right? You want to get the thumb up there, block that. You want the chord starting with its root note, the note that has the same name as the chord, right? You want an A chord to start with an A note. So same should be true anywhere else you put that shape. So as I said, you can do it here, right, where you're holding down the five strings, but then just touching. Well, that's not ideal, but yeah, touching it and just taking it out of the equation. So there we are. Okay, so then you can take it up anywhere. A nice place to take this is up to the E minor, 7th fret. Now, when you're dragging these shapes up the fretboard like that, it's very important that you keep your hand strong. Keep it firm so that doesn't, the chord can very easily kind of sag and lose its shape as you go up, right? So just keep it strong. Now, as for other little things you can do with this sort of stuff, right? So we were talking about how we can take this off for a B minor 7, right? So there's B minor, little finger off, and just make sure you're barring it in such a way, because now the bar is holding down the G string, not your little finger anymore. So just make sure that it's doing its job. You should hear that in the chord. In the E minor, there's the 7th. Okay, so nice thing that you can do with the A minor shape, particularly the A minor 7 shape as it's barred, right? So there it is there in A minor 7, and there it is with the B minor, is hammer the chord on, right? So let's take it to D minor. So that'll be 5th fret. So you start off like this, then you hammer on the chord. G minor. Okay, so that's a really colorful little thing to do, and it's the kind of thing, don't just try it once and figure, that's what that sounds like. Practice it a bit and get it tight, because tidiness is important with these chords. Um, making sure that you've got you've got an E bass note there over a D minor chord, so that's no good, right? So you want to tidy up that stuff. Just make sure it's all clean. You're only hearing strings that you want to hear, and the ones that you don't want to hear are fully blocked. All those little things. It's a fair bit of balance and act involved in it. So yeah, you can hammer on like that as well. So then we had the E minor shape. So pretty much the same thing here. We've got, yeah, we take it from D minor again. Now, if you have an A minor shape, you go up to an E minor shape, or so that's A minor because it's E minor, one F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A minor, right? Now there's the 8th. So if we take that down by 2 frets, in other words, just let it go, there's A minor 7. So we've got, you can go 5th, flat 5th, 4th there, right? Okay, so that's nice colorful stuff. So maybe hammer this one on. Bam, bam, bam. So now another thing you can do with these ones is just add on extra notes. So let's say you start off with just your A minor 7. in any way you like. It's just a question of putting whatever melody you want in on top of the chord, and your little finger can do that. Not easy to move around, takes a fair squeeze to kind of keep that busy and hold down the chord at the same time. But that might be, maybe save that for the electric guitar. Other than that, then, so as well, we've got the E major shape. Physically, that's about the same as the A minor shape. It's just the same thing up a string, essentially. So, oh yeah, and there's of course the sliding up thing again, right? So instead of hammering on the chord, yeah, and this is the one we did yesterday. So we can just go a semitone below, fret below. Now, a cool thing about bar chords as well is that because you're touching all of the strings. There's no open strings in a bar chord, obviously, by definition. That means that in order for you to stop the chord, to mute the chord, all you have to do is just take your weight off it, right? So you can get all sorts of fancy rhythms with that, right? All right, so that's another thing. There was one more. Oh yeah, so the A major shape. There it is there. So, oh yeah, so we were talking about Just by Radiohead, so this is a really good way of, nope, there we go. Okay, so now the whole thing about this one is that you want block, bass note, and block again. Now that's C major. Now if you roll your third finger too far, that's C6, so that's a different chord. And generally that's not what you want. So for Just then, D sharp, excuse me, D, natural, and F. That's the intro. But make sure you watch the video. Yeah, for that one, it's a really, really good one. So yeah, plenty to be getting on with that. All right, talk to you next week. And any questions, give me a shout, all right?